When you finish the exercise, you'll be able to see your custom components in the AEM Forms Touch UI. A form author can easily drag and drop these onto a form. So you see here I have my students category. I can drag and drop my SSN and my zip code onto my form. I can select my SSN and look at the properties. And all of these properties are preset in the CQ template node. And I'll show you that in just a minute. I can also test the data validation. So with my zip code, we're told here to enter 5 or 9 digits. If I enter something besides digits, I'll see that it says your entry contains non-digits, and it gives me the validation message. Notice how it's targeted. The data validation is targeted. And also notice that the field, the component, is now in its error state. So I'll show you a couple more data validations, right? It must be 5 or 9 digits. It has to be 5, but it can't be all zeros, right? The first 5 digits cannot be all zeros. So these are all targeted messages from the JavaScript. Notice the error state of the field. If I enter my zip code, which is valid, the component changes to the success state indicated by the green. And that's true for a 5-digit or a 9-digit. And the 9-digit has a display pattern, as you notice there, with the dash in between. So let's take a look at that underneath the hood. There's our US zip. And we have 2 scripts. We have an initialize script that has the display picture clause, and we have our validation script. And both of these scripts I'll show you in just a second. These are on the FD scripts node in the component. But you see the benefit is that any form author can now have a very high functioning, high quality component just by dragging and dropping. So let's take a look at CRX underneath the hood, and we'll look at that same zip code. So here I'm in the apps folder. And notice I'm in the student folder. This is where you'll do your work. I am in individuals, but you might be in one of your group folders if you're from Hawaii, Canada. But if you're an individual subscriber, you come here into your individual folder. I have my JPT US zip, and the primary type is CQ component. There's a child node of CQ template. Now CQ template holds all the values that you see in the Touch UI. So there's quite a lot of them here. But everything I just showed you in the Touch UI, I think I showed you Social Security number. So let's take a look at that. Right, so those values, SSN is required, must be a valid SSN. Those are all in the CQ template node. Now the scripts are held here in the FD scripts node. If I had some visual rules, which I don't, they would be held here in the FD rules. I have all JavaScript functionality, and so that's in the FD scripts. But that's it. They're part of apps, but when they get added to the form by the form author, they become part of the content. And so that shows you really how powerful and easy it is to create custom components so that you can create a library for all your common field types.